Good morning, this is woodblock printmaker Dave Bull speaking to you from my workroom in a suburb of Tokyo. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different from our usual offerings. We aren't going to see much about the actual printmaking. This video isn't about prints, but about tools. More specifically, it's about a very special experience we had last week that all started with an automated email I received from the Yahoo Auction website. I have a number of alerts set up on Yahoo Auctions which let me know whenever a new auction has been started for a number of various items that are of interest to us. Old wood blocks, tools, woodblock prints, things like that. I have them programmed with various keywords that people usually use when putting up such auctions. One or another of these alerts rings every day, actually twice a day, morning and evening. But when I check the auction to see what it is, most times it's usually something that is not really of interest. They might have put up a student tool or something like this. Just click away and that's the end of it. But about 10 days or so ago, the alert for hangi, carved wood blocks, rang. And when I went to check it, I saw this small image on the auction listing. It looked worth investigating, so I clicked through to the auction page itself, where there was a larger version of the picture. I could see from this that these were small wood blocks for printing senshafura, a type of small woodblock print that was popular for a while in the mid-20th century. I myself have a modest collection of senshafura that I've put together over the years. Some are quite colorful, others are just simply small name labels. And we at Mokohangan actually produced our own set a couple of years back. But not to get sidetracked. To get back to the auction story, there was a second photo thumbnail included on the auction page, and I clicked to enlarge it. And this is what I saw. Printmaking tools. Real printmaking tools. In that photo we can see 4 barons, and although the photo is pretty low res, it's clear from the surrounding materials, which include partially woven coils and a stack of the thin paper used for making the baron discs, that this is a box of printing tools that has come from a professional workshop. This could be the mother lode. The auction was set to start at 3,000 yen, about $35, and without hesitation I quickly just jammed in a bid. I just put in a starting price. The intention at this point wasn't to try and win the auction, but simply to get it pinned on so that it couldn't be taken down. It was set to finish after 6 days had passed. During that 6 days, I had to think really carefully about how much I was willing to bid for this box of tools come closing time. We really need a good selection of barons here in this workshop, as we are still using my own personal set of tools, but there's now more than 5 people working here as printer trainees. We can't simply order more for a couple of reasons. Mr. Hidehiko Goto, pretty much the only craftsman left still making good barons, charges just about 80,000 yen for a standard baron, and we need many of them. And even if we had a ton of money to order from him, it wouldn't make any difference, because his waiting list for one is about a year long. So, assuming that the barons in this box are the real thing, I wanted them very badly. Well, to make a long story short, when the closing time came around and I sat down to fight it out, it turned out that 7 people in all were interested. 5 of them dropped out very quickly. They were amateurs, obviously, at around the 50,000 yen level. But one other guy stuck with me, and he wouldn't give up. For those of you who are more familiar with the eBay system, there's no eBay here in Japan, you are probably wondering why I didn't just snipe this thing and pick it up that way. But there's no sniping on Yahoo Auctions. Each new bid, larger than the previous one, automatically extends the closing time by 5 minutes to allow the opponent time to regroup and rebid. The auction only finishes when a period of 5 minutes has passed with no new bid being entered. Anyway, this guy, whoever he was, and I battled it out, and he finally gave up just shy of the 200,000 yen mark. 5 minutes passed without a bid from him, and the hammer fell, giving me the box of tools at, 195,500 yen, which at today's exchange rates is about $2,100. A few minutes later, I made the bank transfer to the seller's account, and then we sat and waited for the box to arrive. Now at this point, I have to tell you something about Ayumi-san, the youngest of our trainee printmakers. You saw some scenes of her working in the video I put up last week, where I introduced her most recent print. What I didn't mention there is that she is intensely interested in making barons, and in fact that's what she considers her main job at the moment. She is studying with Goto-san, the baron maker I mentioned a minute ago, but as of course it will be a very long time since she can be productive there, she is also learning to be a printer, which is why she is here with us. It's perhaps going to be a kind of a contest between Goto-san and myself as to who gets to keep her in the future. I'm winning right now because she can earn money with us, but he may get the upper hand later. It's too soon to call at this point. Anyway, back to the auction story. While the auction was pending, I didn't mention any of this to Ayumi-san because I didn't want to put her in the situation of having to keep it secret from her teacher. So she knew nothing about any of this. Now, on the day the box arrived, unfortunately, Ayumi-san was off that day, so she missed the big celebration because we did find good stuff inside, as you will shortly see. But we thought of a way that she could share the fun. We closed the box back up, taped it with the original tape, and set it aside. And that's the video I'm going to show you now. When she was here the next day, I set up our little webcam so that it pointed towards her desk. And just as we were finishing lunch and getting ready to get back to work, I reminded Ayumi-san, we got a box the other day, and if you have a couple of free minutes, could you check this box and see what's inside it? And we won an auction for some old wood blocks and junk and stuff. And this is the video that resulted. For those of you who don't speak Japanese, I can suggest that you listen out for the word sugoi, which she repeated 36 times over the next 8 minutes. I doubt that you will need me to translate it for you. Let's have a peek. これ取れないですか？歯ブラシ。
いや、そこまでは多分大丈夫ですよね。なんだ？バレン入ってる。バレン入ってる。どうですかこれ？嬉しそう。中がなんだろう。でこれ何ですか？すごい。何？バレバレ入ってんの？あんたやるしかないじゃん。まだこれから編むんですよ。何なんかすごい宝箱みたい本当。これ何？のりでも練るんじゃない？のり練り。
当て側を作る時の。本当？わかんない。
これなんですかね。もっと開けてみそう。バレンのセット。すごい。ちょっとブラシ。すごい。金太郎。すごい。バレンも出てきた。ブラさんよかったね。すごい。掘り出し物です。ちょっと。すごい。バレいっぱい。おかしい。これは笑えたぞ。すごい。当て紙すごいいっぱいあるじゃん。誰かもう廃業しちゃったんかい。やめちゃったのかな。これバレ職人じゃん。なんかやってたんですかね。でしかもちゃんと柿渋も塗ってある。もう後藤さんじゃないの実は。実は売ったの？そう。すごい。出てきた。石も入ってる。これ潰しててるね。すごい。うわ。こんなに。はけ。うわ。すごい。すごい。すごい。早く吸っちゃおう。すごい。おかしい。何これ。顔料。わからない。全然わからない。色がすごい。いや見たことないそんなの。かかってるんですから。わかんない。もまだ潰してない。まだね。全然わかんない。生羽かな。すごい綺麗。これ使いたい。綺麗にしてある。国さんじゃないですか。あれで作ったんじゃないですよね。すごいちゃんと洗ってありますよ。でっか。あら。どうしよう。もう思って笑えたね今。うわ。何色ですか。ね、そう。わかるでしょこれ。そう全然違いものだってこれ。あれは
久保田さんたち。これ久保田さん。
なんか当てが余る。ってすごい。誰の。ああすごい。ナタさんだ。うわー。すごい。
触ったことある？
あります。一回浅香先生のところで見せてもらったんですけど、すごい。
いや私はほらわかんないからね、そっちは。
昨日ゴトシ先生にゴトシさんにこのものの写真を送ったんですね。彼が特に盗んだんですけど。
何、後藤さんの一つ上の世代の方の名人ですか？
ゴトシさんから見ると神様。
そうです。すごい人です。すごい。
さっきセンシャフト作るとき、ジェッターのチビ作るときのピコックル。
はい。これですか？新橋？で、そ
れも
本物？そう。わらび粉？本物？ちゃんとすごい。信じらんない。すごい。
So I think you can tell from the reaction that box really is a wonderful treasure chest for us. Inside it we found the following things. 4 ready for action professional barons. 1 more waiting to be wrapped for use. 2 coils, beautiful strong coils ready for mating with new backing discs. Hundreds of the extremely fine circles of thin washi ready for laminating into the baron discs. A bag of extremely rare warabi flour. This is used for laminating these sheets of paper together. And then on top of this there were jars and jars and jars of top quality professional pigments. This is of a kind that we can just no longer obtain for love or money, and bags of them as well. And that's only the second box of this auction. We still haven't had time to sort through the entire contents of the first box yet. It seems to be full of woodblocks for printing Senshafta, as we saw in the original photograph, but when we opened it, on top of those we found hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of actual woodblock prints. Little detail that the seller hadn't mentioned in the auction. So there you have it. I ended up having to bid a lot higher than I had hoped, but no matter which way you look at it, this has turned out to be a wonderful treasure for us. These barons will be used by all our printers here for many, many years to come. Indeed, until long after I myself am no longer here to enjoy them. And they will produce many thousands of beautiful woodblock prints for the world to enjoy. And the box, it could so easily have simply been tossed in the trash by somebody. I don't know if there's a patron saint of printmaking, but I guess he was watching over us this week, for sure. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. The next video is going to be the work that you see on my desk right now. It's the carving of the next print in the Ukiyo-e Heroes series, Jed's design of Samus. Thank you very much. Talk to you later.